Hello guys, welcome. Hello guys, welcome to the Impossible Cart Ride Doom. So basically, it's a game where you ride a cart. You may think it's a normal cart ride, but actually it's filled with singing axes, boulders. He's hanging off the tracks. Oh, Juliancito stopped again. Gore. I'm going a little bit way too fast. Dude, he's seriously trying to troll us. Oh, get me off. Good. Oh no. Flip. No.
Rather than be tagged by me, he jumped into a busy street and a car barely avoided him. I guess Brenner was more willing to die.
I can figure out how to
than lose a
use
tag.
cards
Would
since
you
I'm on
rather die a
Apple.
terrible
Since
death
I'm on
or-
an iPad.
Wait, you didn't hear the other option?
Well,
I genuinely don't know why he is so
go.
accidental, but this next
Oh,
story
no, this
was no
bomb.
accident. You know how sometimes your mom has a really good friend, so she decides to make you hang out with her friend's children, but you don't like them? Yeah. When I was younger, my mom sent me and Brenner to play with the neighbor kids, Jake and Steven. The main reason I didn't like Jake was because he said, "Your sister is so hot." Brittany was 18.
I know.
Jake and I were 8.
What's happening right now?
Have you considered shutting up? Anyways, I spent the day tolerating Jake's shenanigans, but eventually I hid from him on the front porch and watched Brenner and Steven play in the front yard.
I'm gonna
Come here, Brenner, I want to show you something.
immediately super
Brenner
fast.
walked up to him, Steven grabbed his hand, reached into his pocket, and pulled out a pair of
Go,
scissors
go.
and started cutting
Oh,
Brenner's
no,
fingers.
swinging axes.
I ran over to them to
Oh, I
check
made
on
it,
Brenner.
I made it,
His
I made
fingers
it, I
were
made it.
bleeding and he was crying. I slapped the scissors out of Steven's hand, grabbed him by the arm, and forced him inside
So
to his
anyways,
mom.
3
Hey,
years ago,
Steven just
Tempest
cut Brenner's
made this
fingers
game.
with scissors. Oh, Steven. What? That's it? I was
Okay, made
shocked.
it.
Call my mom right now so she can pick us up. We're leaving. We left and Brenner's fingers healed just fine.
Oh,
But still, that reaction from the mom was not okay. Luckily, I never had to go to that family's house again. Reminds me of another time Brody was really young and another boy was punching him. My mom took the kid to his mom and told her that his son was hitting Brody. And all she did was say, "Soft
Oh no,
hands, Hunter."
flamethrower. Ah,
I mean,
ah.
come on.
I'm
Soft
almost
hands?
dead. I'm almost
How about
dead.
punishing your kid
And
for
I
hitting
made
a
it.
stranger?
You clearly don't know how to discipline children. Here, I'll show you how it's done.
I'm one of the winners.
A lot of Brenner's injuries were caused by him wanting to grow up fast and to keep up with his older brothers. For example,
This is a Ford home charger. It helps you start every day with the charge you need. So you'll get one plus standard installation with every
made
Ford
it.
electric vehicle. The Ford Power Promise.
You know what they say. You get out, what you put in.
My turn. Bryson doesn't need training wheels on his bike, so neither do I. Let me try.
But one time, Brenner tried to set a trend that the other brothers would follow, and the consequences were severe. This next story is the real reason I made this video. I'm honestly still surprised that Brenner survived this. It was bad. In our basement, we had a tall exercise machine that looked like this. Brenner decided that he wanted to climb it and jump off it onto our beanbag for fun. However, this time it went horribly wrong. Brenner pushed the beanbag close to the machine, climbed up, and jumped headfirst with the same regard for his life that a Minecraft player has when seeing one block of water at the bottom of a cliff. Part of the beanbag covered the exercise bench, which extended out, hiding the big metal part underneath. Brenner thought that since there was part of the beanbag there, it would be soft. But his head slammed through the beanbag into the metal part and he split his forehead wide open. Mom and Brittany came running into Brenner crying with blood all over him. They freaked out and dashed him out of the house to take him to the hospital. I only caught a glimpse of him as they ran out, but I could tell it was bad. Brittany and Mom later told me that they could see Brenner's skull through the
It
gashes.
looks like Plane Crash Simulator. Yes, let's play this game.
My dad sent me to a friend's house so they could watch me while my parents took care of Brenner. I remember sitting on their stairs, terrified that I'd never see Brenner again. God, please hear my prayer. If you make Brenner be okay, I promise I'll never be mean to him again. At the hospital, since Brenner was so
Okay, a
accident-prone, they
plane
kept
just crashed.
pointing to cuts on his head that were from previous shenanigans. Is this cut old or new? Is this cut old or new? Is this old or new? Finally, my sister was like,
The gaping gash on his forehead, that is new. Forget the rest of it, fix that.
Let's pick an airline.
somehow the doctors patched him up. I think they even had a plastic surgeon involved in fixing
I'm
his
angry
head.
that
When
it's
I
a
next
British
saw
Airways
Brenner,
and
he
not
was
an
up
Air
on his
France.
feet with 25 stitches in his head. But he was okay.
An old airliner that was
Thought
made
you were gonna
years
die,
ago.
Brenner. I'm so glad
But
you're
sadly,
okay.
it no longer flies today. And I just crashed it.
Anyway,
But sadly, it no longer flies today. It ended its operations in 2003 after its final
Brenner
flight.
still has a massive scar across his
I want to
forehead.
get a twin
Thanks to
otter.
the doctors, he was okay. Brenner, can you please calm down on the injuries? You're gonna die if you're not careful.
I want to get a twin
It's not
otter.
hard to
How did
die.
he get a
I can
twin
be
otter?
fit like right now. But like
Yeah, you
number
don't
two,
think so.
Another time, a young Brenner was using the bathroom
Okay,
and
I don't
found a
think this
bottle
is a
of
good
painkillers
idea.
on the countertop. They
Oh,
were
oh no!
coated in a
They
sugary glaze to
they
make
just
them go
destroyed
down
my
easier.
wing.
So Brenner took the pills
And the
one
entire
by one
plane's
and sucked on them
crashing.
until they ran out of sugar, then spat them out. He did this
Well,
over
transports-
and over and over.
Oh,
and from
no, the
sucking
entire
on the pills,
plane
he got
crashed.
sick and passed out.
I'm tired.
Spawn a vehicle.
My mom discovered Brenner unconscious on the bathroom floor surrounded by pills.
What?
And once again,
Okay,
the
I don't
doctors
think he
proved why it's
spawned
good
this,
to go to
but-
college. Not for me, though. But as
Dude,
for you
oh
guys,
my
good for you.
gosh.
I don't know how they saved him, honestly.
not do
I don't
this.
really know how doctors work.
Oh
For all
no,
I know,
I
they could
crashed.
have
No,
removed
no,
all of
no,
Brenner's blood,
no.
which was
Okay,
tainted
okay,
with
okay,
drugs,
okay.
thrown it away.
Oh, I
and
didn't
pumped
even
him up
realize
with
there was a
fresh
crash
blood. I
man
don't know.
here.
Another time, he swallowed a bunch of coins.
Oh
and
no, I
again,
lost
my parents
control.
rushed him to the
Oh
hospital
no, I got
where
an
he was
engine
x-rayed
failure.
to show
Oh
a
no, I
pile
got
of
another
coins in
engine
his stomach.
failure.
They told my
Left
poor
wing
parents to dig
explosion.
through
Oh
his,
no.
ahem,
Oh no, the fuel
waist
tank exploded.
until they got all the coins. He was
Everyone
like a piggy
is.
bank, but way more
Everyone, we're going to
disgusting.
crash.
Why?
The
Like a
depressurization.
piggy bank, but way more disgusting.
Stall, stall.
Honestly, with how often Brenner
Stall,
visited the
stall.
hospital, I'm surprised they didn't have a special section of the hospital just for him. This next
Update.
story is
You can
surprisingly
see my
the only
body
time that
parts.
Brenner has ever broken a bone. You would think at this point that he would have no bones left because of how often he gets hurt, but nope, he still has bones. My family has a small motorcycle that we call Big Bertha.
A
It's
Piper
fun to
Club.
ride around
Okay.
on, but it has no
I think this looks
suspension.
normal.
It is 2 wheels and a motor. That's it. One day, Brenner was driving it, and despite knowing that Big Bertha had no
Okay, you can
suspension,
drive it normally.
he decided to ride it off a curb. The bike bounced,
Oh
Brenner
no, we
swerved
got
and
an
lost
engine
control,
failure.
and he went head over handlebars.
Oh no, the fuel exploded. We're all gonna die.
He landed on his arm
We
and
lost
totally snapped his
control.
wrist. One hospital trip later, and Brenner had a cast. He wanted his
Oh,
cast to
no.
be unique, so
We're
he asked me to paint
crashing.
it to look like
No.
Thanos' gauntlet. So I got the paint out and
We
painted it as best I could
crashed.
to look like the gauntlet.
Oh
It
no,
looked pretty
the
cool
entire
in my
front
opinion.
is
But
burning.
then later, Brenner's arm
The
got
entire
itchy.
plane is
The doctors
burning.
told him that his arm would be itchy at
Let me
first,
teleport.
but that if he ignored
Let me
it, the
teleport
itchiness
to
would go away.
Sandy.
They also specifically told him to leave the cast alone and to not shove anything into the cast to try and scratch his itch. However, the itch got the better of Brenner. So without consulting anyone, he grabbed Brody's glasses and started shoving the long end into his cast in an attempt to scratch his itch. He pulled the glasses out only to realize that the little rubber covering had slipped off and it was now stuck in the cast. Determined to scratch his itch and recover the rubber cover, Brenner somehow removed all of the soft wrappings underneath the cast, leaving only the hard outer shell. Brenner had scratched his itch and was sad.
At Carl's Jr., late birds get the bag. After 8 p.m. for $5.99, get a Cali Classic single, fries, plus chicken stars, or...
Satisfied. Then Mom walked in and saw what Brenner had done.
Okay, let's interact with their plane. Vroom, 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 vroom.
They went back to the hospital and explained the situation. Can you imagine being a doctor and setting someone up with a nice cast to help them heal,
lost the
and the next
engine.
thing you know, they ruined it?
I feel like the maid. I just
Oh
cleaned
no,
up
we
this
lost
mess.
control.
Keep it clean
We're
for
gonna
10
die.
minutes.
They had to cut off his Thanos cast
Oh
and
no!
make another
Oh,
one
the
for
wing!
him.
Oh,
Brenner got
everything
home
is
and asked me to
crashing.
paint his new
Oh
cast.
no, we're losing
No,
control.
I spent a lot of time painting that last one and you
crash.
ruined it. How do I know you won't ruin it again?
Come on,
I'm
man,
dead.
just paint it again.
This is my favorite game ever.
So Brenner went around wearing a lame blue cast rather than a cool
Okay, I don't
Thanos
think he
cast. A few months later, the doctors took off the cast and
Why
they
is this
realized
frick-
that Brenner's
why
arm
is
had
this
healed
frick there?
crooked. It was literally like a 15-degree angle.
Why is
My
this
mom
frick
pointed this
there?
out and the doctor said, "Yeah, well, it's within the range
Why
of
is this-
crookedness that we
why
consider
is
to
this
be
operated by
acceptable, so we're just gonna leave it like that."
I think that's the pup.
That's easy for you to say.
I think
You're
that's
not
the best
one who has to
airliner
live
of
with
the
a crooked
beat.
arm. Fix his arm and do it right this time.
So the doctors explained that in order to fix it, they would have to re-break Brenner's arm, angle
Oh no,
it
we lost
correctly,
an
and
engine.
recast it.
Oh no.
Wait,
Oh, I almost
Hold 'em
collided
down.
with that other plane. I was above another plane.
So
I
they did
almost
that,
collided
and
with
Brenner's
it.
arm eventually healed correctly, but not without pain. Now, you would think that after breaking his arm on Big Bertha, that Brenner would never touch that thing again,
I wanna
right?
land.
Nope. Let me tell you one last story. One day, me and Brenner got bored and decided to go for a ride. Him on Big Bertha and me on my go-kart. We chased each other around a parking lot, but then I thought, how can I make racing around more interesting? And my mind went to my favorite racing game, Mario Kart. You know,
The entire
game where
plane
you
is
destroy
burning.
your
I
enemies
need to
by
get out
throwing
now.
items at them.
Oh,
So
oh
I
no, I'm
decided
glitching.
to drive by Brenner and
Help,
throw my
I'm
flip-flops
doing.
at
I
him.
don't know how
We
to
went
get
back
out.
and forth throwing flip-flops at each other
Help,
like green
I'm
shells
just
for some
help,
time.
I can't get
Then
out.
I zoomed
Okay,
by
there we
and
go.
got a good flip-flop strike on Brenner, and he wanted to retaliate with something stronger. He grabbed a big tree branch and drove towards me. He swung the branch and I swerved out of the way. But the branch was so heavy that swinging it threw Brenner off balance. He swerved and flew over the handlebars once more.
Again! Freaking again!
Brenner was scraped and bruised, but luckily nothing broke. And he finally learned his lesson, and he doesn't drive Big Bertha anymore. But I do. Here we are
Okay, basically I don't want to check what time it is. Yeah.
at the end of the video, and yet that's not even all of Brenner's a range of crookedness that we consider to be acceptable.
No. What? No, I can't move the plane.
Hey Brenner, if you jump
No,
off this
send a
cliff
flight.
right now,
Screw
I'll
that
give
fictional
you
airline.
a penny.
Screw the fictional airline.
Oh. Hi, I'm Bryson, and a
Wasn't even
while
the
ago
plane I
I
was
made a video about the times I almost died and the times I got hurt really bad. But that got me thinking about the other injuries in my family, and one sibling came to mind, one who had dodged the grasp of death more times than I can count, the sibling who had little to no regard for his own mortality and would regularly hurt himself. The wild child, if you will. The youngest brother, Brenner. This is gonna be a long video, because Brenner gets injured a lot. I don't want to cut out good stories or do a part 2, so let's just sit down, relax, grab some popcorn, and laugh at my brother's pain. Now, almost all of Brenner's injuries were self-inflicted. However, I think it's only right we start the video with Brenner's very first injury, the one he got from Brenner had recently been born, and my parents invited me into the room to say hi to my new baby brother. As I said hello to him, he reached out his hand and scratched my chest. Now, obviously, Brenner was just a baby. He had no control of his body. He was just moving around. But my 4-year-old brain could not let this slide. How dare you? First you come into my house, take my spot as the cute youngest child, and take all the attention from my parents. And now this, I offered you my hand in friendship, and you attacked me. You must pay recompense for your actions.
Hey, stop, just calm down, don't do it.
My parents tried to stop me, but it was too late. I reached out and scratched him back. He began to cry, and my parents put me in timeout. Little did Brenner know, his pain had just begun. In all seriousness, I felt really bad for what I did. Even now, I still regularly apologize to Brenner, but he can't even remember it, so he doesn't care. My conscience has really been getting to me lately, and I'm so sorry about what I did.
Dude, that was 17 years ago. Can you just move on? I forgive you, okay?
Thank you. I love you, Brenner. I'm so glad I could get that off my chest.
Wherever the road takes you, Chevy is ready to drive you forward with pure power unleashed.
Remember in my pain video when my brother Brody slammed the door in my fingers? Yeah. Apparently that experience...
Squid Game Season 3 was just released, and there's already a ton of Roblox games about it. We got Jump Rope, Hide and Seek, and while the games and the show are both very fun, it does make people wonder, were these death games actually real? Was the show inspired off of or based on anything specific? Yeah, every time something about Squid Games pops up, I see trending videos like these here.
This is the real-life Squid Game. Back in the 1960s, billionaire Dan Drove handpicked 100 participants for a secret game. The promise, $10 million. The reality, a deadly trap. The players slowly uncovered the truth. They weren't contestants. They were pawns in a twisted game, manipulated for entertainment.
Yeah, these videos often pop up, a lot of the time using AI to make it look realistic. I mean, there was a real-life working jump rope game, but it wasn't actually deadly or anything.
But even then,
there may have been some inspirations for Squid Games. Yeah, there's this video here called The Real Squid Games Found Audio and Photos, 1985 through 1987. So yeah, these are real images of like a real situation in South Korea. I'll explain more about it in a bit, but I wanted to focus more on the music here. So lately I've been seeing these Roblox videos pop up where they're based on...
This is awesome!
Don't stop driving. And for my next trick, check this Sorry guys, that landing could have been better.
What am I doing? That would have been so uncomfortable.
Hey!
2-year-old eat his breakfast.
What the heck?
Likes it when you make silly faces.
What the heck?
Now I'm safe.
Pressure! No!
Hey, Luca, show us. What's your next trick?
We got to go home. Quick.
How? You broke my car.
So. We got to go home. Quick.
How? You broke my car.
Sorry about that. But seriously, we.
Scary! Shiver my timbers!
Now I know why you got vacant hair. Stupid.
I like trains.
Dude, that was a close one. How did you know?
I saw a vision of the accident.
Thank God we made it.
This is still not the end.
What are you talking about, man?
I didn't think this was true, but I've seen this in the movie. A group escaped death, and then one by one, death comes for them all.
Wait, what?
Lane.
Dude, this is serious.
We just escaped. Stupid or something.
He still owes me $50.
Death has come for him. We must hide.
No. The only way to stop death.
I'm sleeping, you idiots.
Looks like death hasn't come yet.
I'm the admin. If anyone comes to me, they'll be banned for sure.
He's gone.
Wait, what?
This pizza's
He's gone.
Wait, what?
This pizza.
You're...
Just let me.
We're too late. Death moves too fast.
A hacker is on the list too. Maybe they can prevent this.
Wait. Was Jenna even on the list?
kind of alarm is that?
Happy April. We're at 2 million.
April.
The month.
Bacon keeps farting and demand a face. Bacon's not moving.
Quick, to the hospital. To the hospital.
Face reveal for you, Bacon. Bacon. Doctor, is there any way to save him?
I'm sorry, son. His entire body is filled with green clouds. I'll leave you guys to say goodbye.
Bye, have a great time.
Kids, what's wrong?
Mr. Brookhaven. You can revive him. Sorry.
I ran out of ink.
Trivia.
I made a mistake. It's tubers.
There are giants.
They are playing natural disasters. Is this natural disaster, Bacon?
No, it's not. Not natural disaster survival.
What is this game then?
Natural disaster survival. But crazy.
What are you talking about, man?
What does that even mean?
You also get free balloons.
And free apples.
Hey, Luca and Ham. Where is Pork?
He said the game was too easy and refused to play.
Easy.
What are you talking about, man?
What does that even mean?
You also get free balloons.
And free apples.
Hey, Luca and Ham. Where is Pork?
He said the game was too easy and refused to play.
Easier than the base game.
Well, it's actually very easy. Trust me, bro.
New map and more players. Seems normal so far.
Tenhole disasters.
Certified Ohio Moni. Tsunami! I wonder if my gang is still okay.
We are not a
Is this natural disaster, Bacon?
No, it's not. Not natural disaster survival.
What is this game then?
Natural disaster survival. But crazy.
What are you talking about, man?
What does that even mean?
You also get free balloons.
And free apples.
Hey, Luca and Ham. Where is Pork?
He said the game was too easy and refused to play.
Easier than the base game.
Well, it's actually very easy. Trust me, bro.
New map and more players. Seems normal so far.
Tenhole disasters.
normally. I wonder if my gang is still okay.
Nope, we are not okay.
I thought you said the game was easy.
Well, you did lie to me before. We are even now.
Five Nights at Freddy's map.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Tutto Freddy Fazbear. Tutto Freddy Fazbear.
The thunderstorm got daft. We are done for.
For real.
The Chinese are coming.
朋友是一个坚韧不拔的纪录片，在香港这座城市的社区。
This doesn't make any sense.
America, hell yeah.
They are dropping independence and freedom.
Now that's the American spirit.
Holy Jesus.
Man, I'm tired of bombers. Can we get anything else?
What is this?
New.
Wait a minute, what the hell?
I will take back what I said before.
It clouded. It's Florida. We are dead.
We are so dead.
What's wrong? What's wrong? So this is what Florida looks like. This tsunami looks weird, dude. How are you supposed to win that?
Hi.
What?
I've got an idea!
Can we survive this?
Probably not.
What the dog doing?
Can't stop us dancing.
True.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Damn, I messed up. We gotta go ball.
Huh?
Bald Jewel.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Sorry I gave all the Robux to Ted.
How are you still alive?
It's just something that you lack.
What is it? What is it?
Skill.
I have an idea.
Tell me.
Go to the private server. We can create custom disasters.
Let's also do a survive contest.
Let's do this.
Okay, Bacon. How do you want your disaster to look like?
It's simple. Napalm bombers. Marika's freedom. Even more bombers. Nukes. Earthquake. And a meteor shower would be fun, I think.
You think?
1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa. Hey.
Let's go out right now and maybe see if that's some.
我在北京。
Watch your back, Jack. The real Sourdough Star is back at Carl's Jr. A burger that's way outside the box. Get a one-time free triple when you order on the app and join my rewards.
Ashley, July 4th weekend deals are here. Now through Monday, shop incredible doorbusters for every room, starting at just $3.99. Plus, you can save up to $1,000 store-wide and get 0% interest until 2030 when you buy in store. Only at Ashley.
This is straight up World War III.
I have a better idea. Mix the thunderstorms up a bit.
Sounds survivable. Only for disasters. We can win this. Dude, you only want us dead. I'm gonna ask Ham. How do you want your disaster to look like?
Attack helicopter.
What? Attack helicopter.
Helicopter.
You guys are maniacs, I'm not letting you guys choose anymore.
I bet you can't create a more challenging situation.
Oh, okay. Try this.
Only one disaster. Easy win?
Let's just pretend this didn't happen. This is awesome.
Don't stop driving.
And for my next trick, check this out. Sorry guys, that landing could have been better.
What am I doing? That would have been so uncomfortable.
Whoa, hey.
Savings are always on the menu. Flex your credits, electricity plan from Reliance.
Being a woman, it's a lot. It's a lot. We wouldn't trade it for anything. You deserve real support.
Now I'm safe.
Pressure! No!
Hey, Luca, show us. What's your next trick?
We got to go home. Quick.
How? You broke my car.
Sorry about that. But seriously, we got to go.
Why?
Because if we don't, we are gonna get deleted.
Scary! Shiver my timbers!
Now I know why you got bacon hair. Stupid. Dude, that was a close one. How did you know?
I saw a vision of the accident.
Thank God we made it.
This is still not the end.
What are you talking about, man?
I didn't think this was true, but I've seen this in the movie. A group escaped death, and then one by one, death comes for them all.
Wait, what?
Lame.
Dude, this is serious.
We just escaped death. We should celebrate. I'm gonna call a pizza.
He still owes me $50.
Death has come for him. We must hide.
No. The only way to stop death is to save everyone who's still alive.
Let's do this. According to my vision, Mr. Brookhaven is one of Death's victims.
That's pretty good.
Someone comes to me, they'll be banned for sure.
Oh, shit!
He's gone.
Wait, what?
Oh my God.
This pizza's expired.
Come on, dude. We can save other people.
We were excited, and I was like, well, then I got a big lecture about nothing. During this time, Brittany had to stop by a car. Story. At this point, I had finally.
Oh my God! What am I doing? Back. Let's play City Destruction, a game that is laggy. A game that is laggy. You can
cooking show.
And
today
can
we are
might bring
cooking
your
cereal.
device sometimes.
First add cereal, then. But Bryson, what if I like pouring the milk first? As I was saying, first add cereal, then milk, and voila, we've got cereal. What? Wait, no.
The gates of hell open wide to receive thy soul. Now submit thyself to unending torment.
Oh my gosh.
No, please, I'm a good boy.
Who forgot to turn on the lights? Oh my goodness, this is so powerful that it can really crunch you.
Oh, please save me.
This is so strong that it can literally crush your building to pieces. When you're at the top, you're obviously cooked.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and I once started a grease fire in my house. And believe it or not, this is not the first fire that the Haminations family has endured. Let me start at the beginning. Now, almost all these stories revolve around one sibling, the pyromaniac of the family, my oldest brother, Brody. Now, before I decimate my brother's reputation, slander his name permanently, and ensure that he's never allowed within 500 feet of a lighter ever again, let me just preface with this. I love you, Brody. Our journey begins when Brody was 3 years old. I remember it like it was yesterday. Except I wasn't even born yet. My family was visiting our grandparents and uncles, and my Uncle Mark decided to have some bonding time with Brody. It remains a mystery to this day what Uncle Mark was thinking, but he decided to teach Brody how to use a lighter and how to lock doors. Two essential skills for any 3-year-old, obviously. In one fell swoop, this knowledge transformed Brody from a harmless toddler to a dangerous fire hazard capable of burning the house down. Brody put his knowledge to use immediately. He locked himself in Grandma's room, hid under the bed, and started melting the wax under there. The bottom of the bed began to burn, and the wax started melting down onto the carpet. The family smelled the smoke and ran around the house looking for Brody.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
But the door was locked. When they finally got in, they saw Brody with a lighter in hand, standing next to a burning bed. They put the fire out quickly as Brody watched. Even though I wasn't there, I can imagine Brody grinning to himself, because born inside him at that moment was a flame that would never go
I'm going to crash into a
This was the
building.
beginning
No,
of a
no.
lifetime of pyromania.
Oh my goodness, I just
My parents
caused
were
entire
rightfully
chaos
mad
to
at
the
Uncle
city.
Mark, and years later they got back at him. Uncle Mark's son was very young, and my parents were visiting. Hey, little
I
guy,
just
come
caused
here. I'm
entire
going to teach you
chaos
how to use a lighter.
downtown. Look what's happening.
No!
Does your family have a pyromaniac, or are you... Come here, I'm going to teach you how to use a lighter.
No!
Does your family have a pyromaniac, or are you normal?
My main goal is to blow up.
The next incident happened 1 year later.
I'm
Brody was
destroying
4,
everything.
and I remember it like it was yesterday. Except I was still not born yet. Mom was outside the house talking to a friend, and Brody was inside unattended.
This is
He
huge
decided that he
chaos.
wanted a hot dog. He had seen our parents use
Oh
the
my
microwave
gosh, I'm
before
sorry
and thought,
for causing
oh,
huge
I just
chaos
need to
in the
put it in the
city."
microwave,
And the piece
hit
just
a couple
flung me
buttons,
all
and
the way
hit
over
start.
here.
So that's exactly what he did. But he unknowingly set it to over an hour. A while later, Mom's friend noticed smoke coming out of the windows in the house. Mom ran inside in a panic and found Brody with his hot dog. I tried to make a hot dog, but all I got was a piece of poop. The hot dog was reduced to a flaming carbon crisp, burnt to the very core. And that's how my family house almost got burnt down by a hot dog. Then the next year, when Brody was 5, he got glasses. This time I remember it clearly. Except I still hadn't been born yet. Once again, he was left unattended in the kitchen. Brody found a lighter, sat on the counter, and began lighting it over and over. You know, for entertainment. Then he thought, I wonder if my glasses are fireproof. He slowly began to raise the lighter closer and closer to his face, and the lens cracked. Mom! What? What was that noise? Did you break your glasses? Yes. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, or Fireberg. Brody, in his teenage and adult life, has regularly set paper towels on fire on the counter, started fires outside for no reason, and put tinfoil in the microwave. I'm not even joking. Hey, Brody, what are you cooking?
Tween milestones may start at age 9. HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then too. For most, HPV clears on its own, but for others, it can cause certain cancers later in life. Ask their doctor about HPV vaccination.
At Girls
I
Junior,
caused
big
entire
birds get the
chaos
bag.
to the
At 3
place.
p.m. for $5.99, get a Cali Classic single, fries plus chicken stars.
Look,
or
I
spicy
caused
chicken
entire
sandwich, onion
chaos
rings
to-
plus chicken
to the
stars.
city.
Or mix it up, just $5.99. Build your own bag only at Girls
And
Junior.
some pieces are even falling.
And when Brody was 6, he
Some
had to be
pieces
held
are
on a
even
leash
going
whenever
up
he
to
would
the
go
sky.
out. Yeah,
Going
he was
into
one
outer
of those
space.
kids. However, even the leash could not contain his chaotic nature because somehow, in one day, Brody set off a car alarm, an elevator alarm, and an airport alarm. If you haven't figured it out yet, let me just spell it out for you. Brody was a menace to society. He's still a menace, but his wife keeps him in check. Most of the time. Now, all these stories were about Brody, but this isn't Brody's channel. Now it's time to talk about how I started a fire. But at least it was an accident, unlike Brody, who set stuff on fire on purpose. Also, all Brody's stories happened when I was just an unborn soul vibing in the quantum
Causing
abyss.
entire chaos to
I
the
kinda
city.
miss it. Anyway, on to my grease fire story. At this point, I had finally been born, and I was about to start a family recipe with my roommate Dallin. The chicken was defrosting, and it was almost ready. So I put some oil in a pot and set the stove on low to heat up and be ready for the chicken. At least I thought I did, but I accidentally put the heat on maximum overdrive. Then I got distracted talking to
this hurts
Dallin
my
and
eyes.
forgot
Why is
all about the
everything so
chicken.
bright? Why is everything so bright?
After a while, the room suddenly started filling with smoke. I wonder what that could be.
Ouch.
We looked and saw a plume of smoke coming from the pot. As I ran over to try and fix my horrible mistake, the smoke caught fire and blazed forth an eerie orange glow. I saw into hell in that moment, and the face of Satan stared back at me. Then, for an excruciating couple seconds, I sat there frozen, wondering what to do. Have you heard the term fight or flight? Well, there's actually a third option. freeze, and my brain chose freeze. Dallin saw that I was paralyzed and quickly jumped into action. He grabbed a bowl and carefully covered the pot and extinguished the flame. I was so embarrassed that my big, strong roommate had to save me. I very gingerly helped get rid of the smoke by opening the windows. I cooled and cleaned the pot and very carefully finished the recipe.
So good and tasty.
I also apologized profusely to Dallin, who insisted that it wasn't a big deal. I honestly can't properly explain how embarrassed and ashamed I was. I was just trying to be an adult and make a meal, and I almost burned my house down. But I learned a valuable lesson. The lesson is, have a roommate who's not afraid of fire. I will be more careful in the future, and hopefully next time I won't freeze. To end things off, I want to encourage you all to be careful and cautious when cooking, because you could literally die. Also, stay away from Brody or he will burn down your house. Fortunately, fire won't be an issue for me, because since my fire incident, I have mastered waterbending. And I've mastered firebending. Don't do this, Brody. Don't challenge me. It won't end well.
Oh no, the entire plane exploded mid-air because it got shot down. I caused huge chaos to the entire city. Okay, I'm leaving the game. This hurts me a lot. Anyways, goodbye. This is a long video.